The four of us have debated this many times. This has been an ongoing conversation, and this one's kind of apples to oranges a little bit. And there's one particular reason we always talk about these two movies, because they were both up for Best Picture in the same year. I believe it was the 1995 Oscars.
Yeah.
You can check that too if you want.
It is.
It is.
Okay, so these two movies are very classics. We all know them. Forrest Gump or The Shawshank Redemption.
Oh man.
Now,
These
to
two
clarify,
classic-
I think the question shouldn't be which one's a better movie. It should be which one should have won Best Picture.
Oh, man. I don't know. Somebody else go on this one.
And the reason I say that is because it is so apples and oranges. It's hard to debate, which one's a better movie because they're not related in any sense, just because they came out the same year. But I think which one should have won an Oscar is a more detailed question, so we can kind of hone in on that at least.
Well, it's hard to...
Cody, I want to hear your thoughts first.
I was going to say the same thing. I want to know what Cody has to say about this.
I have to say Shawshank should have won, all the way around, because...
Are you playing a character right now?
You caught me.
Dude,
Method acting.
Joel's drunk and Cody's high. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought, they're both good movies, but Shawshank, it just had that friendship aspect to it. I'm always going back to the friendships and
I know.
the emotional side of things.
sentimental.
God, what's wrong with me?
Cody's starving for a relationship right now.
What's a daddy? What's a friend?
We love you, Cody.
I just want more Morgan Freeman.
If Morgan Freeman could be the Terminator.
No, the friendship that they had with Andy Dufresne and what was Morgan Freeman's name? Red? Yeah. Their relationship was something special, and, there was so much character development and changes, and I feel like Forrest Gump was good. It just didn't have as much emotion to it, and that's how we relate most to characters, is by the emotional side of things, and you're not going to be maybe as invested. I mean, Forrest Gump did suffer a lot, but I don't think it was. I don't know. I don't think it was to the same degree.
When Jenny died, I'm still crying.
Wait, Jenny died?
I don't know who that is.
Spoiler.
Who's Jenny?
Cody hasn't seen either movie.
I haven't seen Forrest Gump.
Very passionate argument for
I haven't
someone
seen
who hasn't
Shawshank Redemption either. I'm just reading this off the article I just pulled up.
You're just reading reviews offline.
Wikipedia.
What do these people think of this movie?
No, Cody, I would agree with that. I think Shawshank should have won. I don't think anybody's debating that Forrest Gump isn't a bad movie, because it's a great movie. But I think Forrest Gump is a very fun movie and has very bizarre elements in it, and it's a fun idea and it's entertaining. But it doesn't go any deeper than that, in my opinion. I think Shawshank plays on deeper themes that are more relatable, like hope and tragedy and perseverance, whatever it may be, whatever you take from the film. I think Forrest Gump, it's hard to come up with, at least for like an average moviegoer, it's hard to come up with a theme that Forrest Gump had, and that you're not leaving Forrest Gump thinking like, oh, I'm, that relates to my life, because it doesn't. But I think Shawshank plays on those human elements of like hope, especially. Obviously, that's the main theme going on there. So well, and it's so well shot, and it could have been a very, very boring movie. It's a stupid prison break, but it turned out to be fantastic for many reasons. A lot, which was why it was nominated for so many Oscars, but freaking lost every single one of them. I don't know. I think overall it's just a much more well-rounded movie compared to Forrest Gump. I think Forrest Gump it shines on just a few elements as far as the film goes.
I 100% agree. Everybody, I don't know. There are a lot of naysayers to Forrest Gump, and I would not agree with those naysayers. I think Forrest Gump is a fantastic movie. Yes, it can be easily, I don't want to say debunked, but it's if you look at that movie from a 10,000 foot level, it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous movie. And you're right. Shawshank Redemption plays on like very real themes that are like that go way deeper than just some dude that gets really lucky in his life. Now, I will say I am biased. Shawshank Redemption has been like probably my number 1, number 2 favorite movie since I was, I don't know, 15. So that is by far and away my choice for the Oscar Best Picture. I will say one little piece of trivia: runtime on both movies, 2 hours and 22 minutes exactly. They're exactly the same length.
Whoa! I never knew
Weird.
Yeah.
That is very interesting. I almost still refuse to go. I can't make up my mind on this. I'm so torn. I think that I hear all the points you're saying. I think this kind of goes back to my original statement, what I was saying about which one would I give my money to and which one I give the award to, kind of 2 different categories, because I think I've seen both films just as much. Like, if I were going to sit down and want to watch one, I probably wouldn't pick Shawshank. I'd probably pick Forrest Gump because it's just a more fun movie. I think someone said entertaining. I would say that's a more entertaining movie than Shawshank. Shawshank is a heavy film. There's a lot going on. It is exhausting. After it's over, you're like, man, that was intense, but that was really good. But I think if I had to give it the award, and I think Forrest Gump was deserving in its own right. Tom Hanks is a more memorable character. Forrest Gump, the character, is more memorable than any of the characters in Shawshank Redemption is, at least in my opinion. But when it comes to an overall movie, I think the key difference between the two, where I'd be like, no, I think one movie has the better side of this, is the ending. The ending of Forrest Gump has always bugged me. I've always hated this idea of the Jenny character always annoyed me. Just this girl that's got her problems. I'm sure we all know why. Her dad was abusive, and she's always running in and out on Forrest. And then she finally comes in. She sleeps with him. She gets pregnant. She runs off, and she's like, "Well, now I have a kid, and I'm dying, and they got to take care of him." That was the worst thing that could happen to that guy. That kind of that's like stupid. Like this guy did nothing wrong, and she just at the end, he's just kind of sad. He's like, "Well, that was a really sad movie. Like, just that kind of was a bummer. Like, we were having a great time with this guy. Just a bunch of great things were happening to him, but it just the love of his life just kind of kept, messing up and just causing him problems." But the end of Shawshank is so powerful, and it's such a happy ending. It's almost the ending you don't see coming. You're like, this movie's just been a downer this whole time, and now it's uplifting. Like, wow, I didn't see them. This movie ends on a beach. Even though that wasn't the original ending, though. It was supposed to be him driving Notch, which I actually think might have been a better ending.
I agree. I was just about to say that. So the original ending was the second to last shot is Morgan Freeman, Red, riding on the bus after he gets out of prison for however many years he was in there. And it's just like a monologue in the background, basically saying, that he wants to see his friends again, or his friend again. He's trying to see Andy Dufresne. And the last words are, "I hope." And it fades to black, and then it comes back into focus, and spoiler alert, they're both find each other on the beach. But the original ending was it just fades to black while as he says, "I hope," and that's it. And I think that's so much more powerful, because it really just punches that theme into the viewer of does he see him? Does he not? It doesn't matter, because he hopes. That's the point.
Yeah. I think that, if you took the whole beach scene at the end, which leaves us on a very happy, oh man, they made it. They made it to the Mexican beach. Zihuatanejo. I remember the name.
Zihuatanejo.
They make it down to that beach. And as uplifting as it is, it would have been just fine. Him finding that letter by the rocks, and the music, the score that's playing, and Morgan Freeman's voice, it's all just, it could have ended right there and be like, man, this is just so good. And I can't deny it. At the end of Forrest Gump, he's literally sitting on a log and just staring off in the distance going, well, I guess that was a good time.
Right. But as far as I'm looking at all of the awards that Shawshank was nominated for, Just go down the list. Best Picture, Best Actor Morgan Freeman, Best Screenplay, Best Score, Best Sound, Best Cinematography, Best Film Editing. Lost all of them. I think that at least I would say one of these, Best Actor, it was basically Morgan Freeman or Tom Hanks as Forrest Gump. I think Tom Hanks should have won, even though it's Morgan Freeman's shining hour on film. It's one of his most iconic characters. However, Tom Hanks
Can't beat Forrest Gump.
Playing that character is difficult, and crying at the end of it when he's like finds out he has a son is one of the best.
That's one of the best
moments
scenes
ever.
That's scenes that's like top 10 scenes that will make guys cry. Is that
right?
Scene.
Yeah.
So I think we're all in agreement. Shawshank. Then I think we would have disagreed with the Academy. That's a first.
Idiots.